Okay, today we'll just do an intro to Sketch kind of talk real quick. Mostly my demonstrations, I'll be using mostly this for the next couple weeks. There's not a lot to it, but it's a feature. It's a program that is very useful. The first concept is it. You open it up and it looks blank. All you got is one big blank white board. Okay. You could think of these as pages, and you'll notice it says page 1 in the upper left corner. Okay. You have multiple pages. You can have multiple pages, and in those pages you can have multiple artboards. So, for example, let's say I'm making a home page for my website. Right? I need to show a desktop version of my website if I'm doing responsive design, an iPad version of my homepage, and a cell phone version of my homepage. Those different screens would be an artboard, just like you have multiple artboards in Illustrator and you have multiple artboards in Photoshop. Then you have page 1. Instead of calling it page 1, call it home page. Okay? Second page might be a product page or something like that. Then I would make a second page, maybe call it products, and then I would have different artboards for that. So the artboards are subs to the pages. Does that make sense? It's a hierarchical structure. How do I make artboards? You make artboards by using the insert button. In fact, the insert button is where you pretty much add everything in this program. You can make a new page, just like I said. You can have a shape, you can have vectors, you can have a pencil, you can have text, you can have images, and you have artboards, slices, hotspots, and then you have your UI elements down here. They're right here. The new one I think has a little bit different. I'm not really sure. I'll have to look through the list here. Whatever. So let's make a product. So first thing I'm going to do is go to Artboard. When I go to Artboard, you'll notice at the right side, it'll give you what do you want to make? Do you want a phone app? Do you want a web app? So on right now it's giving me phone, but look, there's a little icon in the upper right corner. It looks like a little square, little black square. That's going to give you web options. So again, you have device options here, Android, responsive web, paper size, as well as here. This is going to be, oh, that's orientation there. And then you have Android devices here. You have responsive web layouts there. You have paper sizes there, and you can make your own custom sizes. What are these sizes? They're the pre-made size. These are the default sizes. Let's say you're doing an iPhone 8 app. You can just simply click on it, and it'll put it on the screen. You can give it a name instead of calling it iPhone 8. Somehow, here we go. You can name it over here. This would be my home page art board. So as far as pages versus artboard, if it's an app like this, I might not have multiple pages for each screen in an app. For a website, I would probably, because I want to have different size ones for each screen, where an app is pretty much the same size, right? You might have rotated versus vertical versus rotated, but for now, let's just go with one. Okay, so I have one artboard. I gave it a name right here. How do I use it, or how do I do it? You'll notice over here you'll start having options depending upon what you have selected in this application. If you have the artboard selected, you'll notice it'll give me dimensions, positions, it'll give you size, it'll give you width, it'll give you background color. You don't want to use white for your background, you can give it a black background. Maybe you're making an app with a black background. Maybe you're making an app with a gray background. You can change the background color over here. Okay. Next, let's say it's an app. First thing I want to do is I want to put the menu item at the top, right, with the cell phone thing and things like that. All that stuff is already built into here. That stuff is located under the insert option. You have your UI. Since I'm doing Apple, I can do UI elements here. In this case, I can go to bars, the search bar or status bar, subhead, tab bar, and tab bar action. Okay, these are all different types of bars that you can put in there. The navigational bar is kind of the bar at the top that has a whole bunch of things in there. I'm going to just use the default one right now, and I'm going to put it at the very top up here. If I can, there you go. So this looks like the top of anything. One of the downfalls, of course, is it says sketch in there. How this program works is it works by using symbols, and those symbols then are so this thing's a pre-made symbol. And the symbols go back to go back to Flash days. In fact, that's how Flash worked. And the beauty of Flash was it was able to, you were able to build modules of stuff and put them on the screen, right? And so symbols was a concept. It came out of Fireworks too. There was another program called Fireworks that used symbols, and Fireworks was a Macromedia. So Macromedia came up with this way of using symbols, and we use it in object-oriented programming, right? You make an object, and you can make other things from those objects, right? And so it's kind of like this. This top bar is an object. You can go and change it. To change it, I don't want the word sketch up there or parent title. I want to put some information up there, or to remove things and so on. So this is a pre-made object right here. If I double click on it, it's going to ask you to link to it, or the symbol you're trying to edit is part of a template library. Do you wish to unlink this symbol from the UI library and edit it? Yes, I want to do that. Okay, so now what it's doing is it's going in here, and I can then go and customize it now, right? I can come in here. I don't want my title here. What is the title of my app? I'm going to unlink it again. Unlink it again. What do I want my title to be? What am I doing? A car app, right? Car app. Just randomly. Ooh, car V app. There you go. That sounds like good. Notice there's a little arrow at the top. It tells you to go back, back. You can change the color as well too. Notice that. And then if you don't want something, you can delete it. I don't need that. There's no back. This is the home page, right? This is the home page. There's no back. I don't want the word sketch up there. We're going to do what? We want maybe AT&T up there, right? There we go. AT&T. Then we go back, go back, go back. There we go. I don't know. So you can see. You can also add to that. Maybe I don't want the word edit there, and I want maybe the burger menu or something. You can go and add a burger menu to that. Where are the burger menus and things like that? Those are all built into this application as well. You can get different things underneath the iOS stuff over here. You have iOS elements here. This uses the text as well. You'll notice it uses the SF Pro. Remember the default Apple iOS font is built into here. They have default sizes. You can then make styles and then just drag those styles out. You see they already have styles in there. They got search bars and so on like that. So they do have elements like that. I don't know. And they got tinted color buttons. Oh, here we go. What was I looking for? Burger menu. I don't know where it's at right now. But they have common things. They got search boxes, search bars. Let's put in a search bar. And maybe my app has a search right at the top right here. Ooh, it's gray. And it's hard to see on a gray background. Whoosh. What can I do, you think? Oh, well, I can double click on it. Yes, unlink it. Take it in there. Let's go. Let's put a color background here. Go in there. You can give it a color background. There we go. Halloween. Oh, that's the border. There we go. Let's do the fill. 20% opacity. Let me crank that up. There we go. Look at that. That's going to be a beautiful search bar there. With a gray background, you can barely see the text. Whatever, you get the idea. There's a lot of pre-made elements in there. To alter these elements, you can double click. You can drag these elements around to wherever you want. You want to put some text on the screen, you can go insert. You go to text option. You click on the text. You type something. Car V is Car V. We'll just call it Car V. How about that? So again, you have text in there. Once you select your text, you do have options over here where you can change the size, you can change the color, and so on. Whoosh, there we go, green. Well, let's do purple. Purple on gray background, there you go. Ooh, I just can't take that gray background anymore. It's got to go. How do I get back to my gray background? Let's go home artboard. Let's go back to light gray. Or how about a nice little tint in there? Let's go. Oh, there we go. Nice yellowish. You see the? Oh, there we go. Oh, beautiful. There we go. Okay. How the purple and yellow. There you go. Contrast. Purple and yellow are complementary colors, right? Whoosh. Your audience is going to go bug-eyed on that. Okay.
How did you put the search bar?
It's underneath. The search bar is located underneath Insert, UI Elements, Bars, Search bar.
Okay, then how?
Just click on that and it'll show up. See how it's attached to my cursor? Then you just click on the screen and it'll put it there. Okay? So, you should start thinking about this program. Try some of this. When you're learning a new program, you just need to go and play. Right? Just like you play in Illustrator. I know this is not as fun as Illustrator. I love Illustrator. Illustrator's fun. I wish I could do Illustrator the rest of my life. Wouldn't it be great if we just drew an Illustrator the rest of our life and somebody paid us a lot of money to do that? Well, people are going to pay you money to do this. Not draw an Illustrator the rest of your life. Okay, let's talk about images. Remember we talked about images before? So images are very similar. Notice also you have different options over here. Notice how as I add them, it adds elements over here. Do you see them? Just like layers you would have inside of Photoshop. You have layers of content here, and you can group them together and lock them like you can. Remember, we lock things and stuff. Let's bring in an image as well. Under the Insert option, you do have different shapes, and you have Image option here. So I'm going to bring in an image, and I'll bring in a shape, and then we'll do the mask. If I can remember how to do that. Let's bring in an image. I got to find an image. That's right. I don't have many stuff on here yet. Let's see. I guess, do we have some art to print? Is there images in here? Or are these all PDFs? It's PDFs. All PDFs. PDFs. I just want a photo. There was a JPEG in there? I didn't see it.
I remember there being one.
Oh. Okay, that's fine. I'll find it. Don't I have a folder? Oh, here's my folder. I have no pictures on here. What is this? Uh-oh, that could be a scary element. That could be scary too. Oh, here we've got some fashion photos here. Let's bring in a fashion photo. I don't know what these look like, but let's bring one in. Woo! Super big. Super big. Super big. Where is my size? Position, size. I would probably edit my photo before I bring it in here. Uh-oh, now I lost it. Oh, now I completely lost it. I have this issue with this program, and things outside the artboard are difficult to deal with. And then there we go. Okay, whatever. You get the idea. I put a picture on there. We could zoom in. Here's our image. Uh-oh, that's the boss. I guess I shouldn't be using his picture in my demo here. Okay, so, you got a picture in there. You're like, oh, I love these photos. They're going to be great for my app. But wouldn't it be nice if they had round corners, right? Instead of square. So, to do things like that, just like we did inside of Photoshop, you can do a mask. Okay, so just like you did in Photoshop, you can do things like masks, like we did. You can go and put in a vector shape. So we want to do an oval shape, oval, or we want rectangle with rounded edges. There we go, rounded rectangle. And so I'm going to go and kind of put it over top of my image here, and maybe even crop it out a little bit. Make it a little bit better. Maybe square. There we go. Maybe you want a square. There we go. So just like I had with, what am I trying to say? Photoshop, you do have the ability to do some masking. And so I want my photo to be in this box. Again, you can use the shift key and select both of them, just like we did in Photoshop, right? And then underneath the mask option, if I can remember how to do it, mask, use mask, layer, mask, use mask, and I think I did it wrong. I think one needs to be on top of the other. Hold on. Just like in Photoshop, it depends on which one's on top of the other. Which one?
Mask option, top of the page, mask is here.
There we go. Thank you. So again, I had the shape under the picture instead of the picture. Did I have the shape under the picture? You get the idea. Okay. So there you can do a nice crop and so on. So after you make your layout and you're working along and you love your artboard, it's home, it's great, it's wonderful. Usually what I would do is then duplicate it because you don't want to build another whole page again. So notice how it says home page artboard up there. I'm going to kind of close that for now just so you can see it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the entire artboard by clicking over here in the name of the artboard right there. And then of course your favorite key on the keyboard to duplicate anything is the option key on the keyboard. So again, I'm selecting the entire artboard with all the artwork that's inside it over here in the upper left corner. I'm going to put my cursor over it and I'm going to hold down the option key and I'm going to click and drag. And I'm going to duplicate that so I can duplicate all the information. Notice how it made a copy here. And we don't want it to be a copy. This will be the home page. No, this is going to be the main menu. I don't know, main, whatever, main screen. You get the idea. So I got main screen now, and so on. So again, you can go and duplicate the artboard so that you make another one, just like you can do the same thing in Photoshop and Illustrator and stuff. Then you can change things. Of course, I don't want to have this photo here. I want to have a different photo there. So I can go into my image option here and change my image by going under the image option here. And let's choose a different option. And then let's remove this one. Oh, which one do I want to remove? One of these I want to delete. That one, yeah, let's delete that one and then go with this new one. But it's also super big, right? Let's see. No? I lost it. There is an image here somewhere in the mask. No. No. It's best to probably, let me unlink that. No, I don't want to add a mask. I want to unmask. No. I don't know how to get my picture back. There is a picture there somewhere. No. How about if I delete that picture? And let's bring in another picture. Woo! Super big. Again, you might want to shrink down your photos before you put them in there. And then, like this is not going to fit in a square. Maybe. Close. I'm going to lose something. Either her head or her shoes. One of them. Doesn't matter. Again, you can select both of them and then mask. Oh, there's a folder here. Why is it? I want this to be there. There we go. Yeah, I got her shoes, but you can move it around in there, holding down the option key. There we go. So you get the idea. You can replace photos that have already been masked. I can duplicate this as well and put that. Again, option key on the keyboard. You can duplicate this as well. Option key on the keyboard. If things are not aligned like this, let's say they're not aligned properly like this and you want to align them, you can select them and they do have alignment features. If I could find the alignment options. If I can remember where they're at. Arrange, alignment, just alignment, and we want them to be what, top? No, we want horizontally. There we go. That looks better, right? So you have alignment features, and then distributing features so that things are evenly spaced. You can put text on there and so on. So this is a very useful feature. I will try and give you a little bit more of a lesson next class, a little bit more in depth. I just wanted to give you a kind of an overview today. That's about all I was going to show for today. So let me stop here. I have to